All right, we're recording.
1 + 1 don't equal 3.
See, is that so bad?
No, it's backed by popular demand. Also, I'm singing every day in my classrooms. O come, Emmanuel.
You're singing,
And I do not have a good voice.
The children are singing.
Well, I've invited the girls to sing with me.
Are you singing by yourself?
So 7th hour sings with me, 6th hour's trying, 5th hour's like, you crazy, we're not singing.
Oh, you just sing by yourself?
But I feel like the Lord told me that I have to, so I'm doing it. And I'm hoping that maybe they'll do it too.
Wait, for the listeners, can you like paint a picture of what that looks like? So are you standing in front of the classroom?
So we have an Advent wreath that I bring in because I am a traveling teacher. So I bring in an Advent wreath and we're standing and I look at the screen and I sing, oh come, Emmanuel.
Do you sing all the verses? Or
no,
it's
just like we do with our family prayer. The problem is there's 2 classrooms next to me. And so the 2 classrooms next to me, students pretty much daily have been like, we heard you sing it again, Mrs. Wilkerson. I'm the crazy cringe teacher.
Do you put the words up? Do the kids know the words?
So 7th hour sings with me. Like totally sings with me.
Yeah.
My hope was that every day it would be easier for the kids to sing because I actually think singing is a really important part of prayer, and high school kids get so insecure about doing that. I would never do this in a mixed gendered class. I thought I could get away with it with the girls. The thing is, school has been so inconsistent. We'll talk about it in a minute, but my hope was that every day they'd get more and more comfortable singing. Unfortunately, since I don't go to school anymore, they haven't had the time to build up, and now the semester's almost over. So,
well, and also, Buddy the Elf said that at the North Pole they sing all the time.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, learn to sing.
You know what?
I know. Tell the people. Tell them.
Do you know what St. Francis said?
Oh, singing is praying twice.
Yes.
And then only preach the word by the way that you live.
No, it's preach the gospel daily
at all times.
At all times, and when necessary, use words.
Right.
And you believe that he said neither.
He did not say either of those things. That is actually not true. And it's on mugs and t-shirts.
And St. Patrick did not drive snakes out of Ireland.
Yes, he did. Stop it. You want to tell the people what you said right before? I thought you were going to tell the people what you said right before we began recording.
Oh, 2 big announcements. I mean, 1, this is episode 67.
Oh, 67. I did that in class accidentally, and I didn't understand the whole 67. I have no idea, but it actually was very funny. The minute I said it, the entire class went nuts. I didn't know it was a thing like that. I just thought it was funny, and they did like the whole hand thing. I love it. I love the 41
because I just learned.
I don't understand 41. I can only do one thing at a time.
I knew 67 from. I just learned 41.
What is 41? Did they do the same thing? 41?
No, 41. You do your hands like crossing.
Oh, really?
67 is up and down. 41 is crossing.
I love culture. So this is episode 67.
But shout out to the grade school teacher. They made a whole thing because day 67 was last week. And one of my daughters was like, oh, the teachers did a thing. And I thought she was lying. Yeah. And they showed pictures. They had blow up. They had like balloons and all that. Yeah. So they embraced it.
They leaned into it. I know you have a second thing, but I'm so afraid you're going to move into actual content.
No, the second thing is that we're recording on Wednesday morning, which is a snow day.
Oh, no, I didn't want you to go there yet. That's what I'm saying. Before you go to the snow day, I wanted to let you know that 2 things regarding the fact that we didn't record this Sunday. First of all, when we had shared with the people that we didn't record the week before because we weren't speaking, I will tell you, out of our tens of listeners, I had a couple of them. One was very funny. He's like, it makes me feel so good to know that you guys are like me and my wife, like that you just didn't record. And then another one of my friends who listens gets me, she's like, what was the fight about? And I'm like, I literally don't remember. So then when we didn't record this Sunday, the people were like, are you guys in a fight again?
Oh, so it's like a Ross Rachel. Will they or won't they at this point?
Right. But so no, we are not in a fight. Yeah, we're not in a fight. I was just out of town.
We're very honest with the people. So when we are in conflict, we tell the people.
I mean, remember that one time we had to record a whole new episode?
One time we had to record a whole new episode because I think we got in a fight during or before.
We did. It was during.
You just like stopped talking. We're like, yeah, we can't post that.
Yeah, we're like, we're done.
I should have saved that for the vault. I don't know if we have it for the vault.
No, I
think I deleted it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, no, we're
okay. Now you can go on your rant if you want to, because I know that your comment isn't innocent.
I'm going to hold off on the rant. I'm just going to note that it's a snow day, but we'll go back to the rant. So
I thought you were going into
Tarantino.
The rant. Oh.
No, I just wanted to announce that this is a special snow day episode.
It's a snow day episode.
So our listeners who are at home chilling, sleeping or sleeping in or having a nice day because they're off school today.
Can I say one thing? Maybe we'll post right away. Let me say one thing about the snow day. I mean, why can't we talk about it now?
I want to talk about other We have to go back. Remember, we didn't record Sundays. We have to go back.
Can I just say one little thing though about the snow day is that all the surrounding cities called it. So then it was literally waiting for the announcement. And I was so excited when they announced it.
I'll go back.
I busted out our snow day song. And I am.
I'm going to try to not get into the vault with my comments.
This morning I woke up and I'm like, I have the best life ever.
I'm trying to think if my snow day rant is worse than the school supply rant.
Well, your snow day rant actually is not directed towards Divine Child. It's simply not. Divine Child had to call the snow day because Dearborn and Crestwood did. So it's not. They had no choice. Yeah, they did. They're not gonna have school while the cities that they're in don't have school and risk somebody getting into a fender bender and being like, you didn't call school when
we'll get to that.
Dearborn did.
We'll go back in time.
Great.
Can you explain the pizza body thing? Like why this pizza ball is such a big deal?
When you call him pizza body, it is wildly disrespectful given his reality.
I don't understand any of that. I think most of our listeners...
He's not coming today, is he? I would go with you if he was coming today. Aaron's going to a fancy thing.
No.
I don't want to go talk to people, so I'm not going, but I would if he was there. So there was a very famous cardinal who came into town. By the way, I had a dream about him last week, and I am actually a fangirl of this cardinal. I think it's called the cardinal prelate of Gaza in the Middle East. So he came into town Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And unfortunately, I was busy the entire time because there were benefits. And the benefits were for the people of Gaza, what many people don't understand. And you and I don't have to get into a fight about Israel and Palestine right now.
I don't fight about that because
Right. I actually think you're on my side. My entire family.
No.
I am in a different place than my entire family when it comes to the conflict in the Middle East.
Well, you have nuances that they don't acknowledge.
I don't know, been there. So what I will say though is that what many people don't understand is that the Palestinian people, that's like a culture. It's, Middle Eastern people who live in this region. And so people think that Palestinians are automatically linked to Muslims, and that's simply not true. There are many Palestinian Catholics. We call them the living stones, people who have not left the Holy Land, who have held strong to their faith in the conflict. And Cardinal Pizzaballa is their leader. So there's videos of him celebrating mass and praying with his people while bombs are going off outside of their church. I think there's one church left in Gaza right now. And again, people get so darn political, and it's so disappointing to me, Catholics that don't understand the nuances of Catholics that are Palestinian and living in Gaza.
Well, you think all Palestinians are part of Hamas,
and they think all Palestinians.
I mean,
I just had a family member say,
they're two different.
My daughter's raising money to send to Gaza. How dare she? She's literally giving money to a terrorist organization. I'm like, that is insane to me.
There's nuances, yes,
right. So Cardinal Pizzaballa came here to raise money, particularly for the Catholics living in Gaza. And in a really cool way, one of the things that our schools did was they raised money for young people in Gaza and for their youth programs. So he's just really well spoken. He's very firm. I mean, he has no problem speaking up against humanitarian issues regarding Israel, but through the lens of the Catholic Church. And so, as we know, our church has the ability to fly above politics, right? And so I was bummed to miss his message. We live in
this world, but not of this world.
We live in this world, but so I missed Cardinal Pizzaballa, and it made me really sad when I saw all the pictures because
you're like a Catholic nerd.
I find him to be very prophetic, and I think his message needs to be heard, particularly for American Catholics that refuse to acknowledge that there are Palestinian Catholics and that all Palestinians are part of terrorist organization. It's so ignorant, but so many people believe it. I mean, I think we've shared. I actually got in a fight at a family party where I had to be escorted out of the house by you on this very issue.
No, it wasn't escorted. We just it calmed down.
No, with my brother Brian.
It happened twice. Yeah, we fought and he stopped. You fought again and stopped. We didn't leave.
We did leave, and then we saw him in the parking lot, and he apologized at Kroger. You're crazy.
I don't remember.
We literally left his house. So he'll tell you we literally left his house. So we just feel very differently about that. And then we decided that it's dumb to get in actual fights about this. But
correct. It's not worthwhile.
So yeah, he was in town.
So he was in town.
Yes, he was
I saw a lot of pictures.
I did too.
A lot of people were big fans of it. But I think there's a lot of...
And his name is legit Pizzaballa. Pizzaballa. Okay.
Ew, cough.
I think it was far enough away.
Washing machine.
Bro, washing machine broke.
Washing machine died not died. It was impaired last Sunday.
Let me tell you. Oh, not last Sunday. Oh, yeah. It
was last Sunday. It got fixed. So we were a couple days without a washing machine.
Right.
And I had to make a laundromat trip.
It was so funny. So last week was a hard week for me in a couple different ways. It was just really busy. And then there were like things that were going wrong. And so on, I think Tuesday, the washing machine broke. And I can deal with a lot of things in life, but when we're busy. So I have many Advent teas happening in this season, which I will never say yes to again. Not because I don't love them, but I cannot do like speaking ministry and teaching ministry and my children at Christmas time. So, or Advent time. So anyways, the washing machine goes and like I lose my mind when there's laundry everywhere. I can't handle it. We do 2 loads a day. Can you admit my system of laundry is, I need you to admit that.
Yeah,
that's a chef's kiss.
It's not.
No, bro.
What do you mean a system?
I mean the fact that we do 2 loads a day. You switch them sometimes. A lot of times you don't. So that annoys me. But can you? And then,
yeah, would you acknowledge?
And then in my laundry room, each person has a bucket, and I take it directly out of the dryer. Their stuff goes into the bucket, and then every afternoon they empty their buckets.
But can you acknowledge the system works based upon the framework that I set up?
100%. Yeah. What do you mean? The table.
The table, and you were like, first you're like, I don't know how this is going to work. I'm like, well, there's a table. I'm not mad at you, honey. I'm not. Well, you said it was your system though, so I was.
Oh wow! Like, no, I can't talk about this anymore. So, anyways, because it is my system. You put a table in there. You didn't put a system.
You put baskets on the table. Does that constitute a system?
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Your inability to literally ever affirm me is wild to me. Okay. Like you can never be like, oh yeah, our laundry runs really great for 7 people because of the structure you put into place. That would actually kill you. So you can't do it. So it's fine. But anyways, when the laundry backs up, it's so obnoxious. Yes. And I will say that there was laundry literally all over the house. And as I was teaching, you sent a text message of you at the laundromat. And I actually stopped my class. We were teaching on marriage and annulments. And I was like, I'm not sure I've ever been more in love with my husband.
So Mary checks her phone during class.
And I showed them a picture of you.
So that was Wednesday. So I think Sunday was sort of dead. So it was sort of resurrected Sunday night. So I think Monday is when it was dead. Monday was dead. Yeah. It wasn't working.
But you going to laundromat made such a difference in my life. Oh my gosh.
And the tricky part is having to. So I called someone, but they're like, "Oh, we can't come until Thursday." I was like, "Oh crap."
And I hope you agree with this, but you probably won't because you like to be contrary. But we actually don't have a ton of clothes. Like our kids, we don't have an excess because we have so many kids. So like, actually, 3 or 4 days without clothes, without a washing machine, is problematic when it comes to things like uniform. Basketball clothes, like gym clothes, like all these things. We need to run laundry. And so you going to the laundromat was hero status. Oh, wait. It also broke on Sunday of Thanksgiving weekend. So we had people in town, right? Which automatically means more laundry, more sheets, more blankets. I mean, it was nuts. And you were hero.
Yeah. So I went to a very nice laundromat on 5 Mile Livonia.
Do you remember when Chris Gowell said that we phoned it in last week with our podcast, our last podcast? I wonder if he's going to feel the same way about this because we're talking about laundry for a really long time.
See, but people who get it. Like, that's the thing about our podcast is that if you get it, you get it. Cause
you got to respond to him because you told him he could come over here on December 28th. And Chris, I love you. But during Christmas break, I don't have people at my house. So, like, Aaron's going to have to handle that because we want to record a podcast with Chris for sure. That's got to happen in the summer when we can, like, not be in Christmas chaos. Like, I mean,
how do you go in there?
Because I was just talking about Chris.
Are you like doing like live listening or feedback during the podcast?
Sorry,
send an email. Like, why are we doing that? I'm gonna cut this out.
It's really funny. You better not. That's
like, why are we doing this right now?
Chris, you can come over in the spring.
People like,
but Chris said we phoned it in. That's my point. But you still want to talk about laundry. Right now. I'm saying you're going to talk about laundry for another half hour.
People that
and then Chris yells at me for gaslighting you when I try to move the conversation.
No, he says let him speak.
Okay, well, speak.
The laundromat.
He's still talking about.
I was trying to tell people at work, but it's like if you have people who get it. People who get it. Yeah. And for us, like with people, family of 7, like it's a big deal.
Huge. Oh, where people were, you were like, I need to go to the laundromat while we're in meetings.
That was during lunch. Yeah. I did that during lunch. I went over there. Yeah.
To be like, actually, we can't function without a washing machine.
Well, I think we can run a couple of days, but then because we don't have like a week's worth of clothes for them.
That's what I just said.
They have a couple outfits, so they can make it a couple of days, and then they end up like you're wearing the same, even uniform. Like we have a handful of uniforms. We don't have like a week's worth of uniforms intentionally.
But we were so busy that like typically if this happens like in the evening, you just go to the laundromat, but there was just no time last week. And so you were awesome to do that during your lunch break.
Yes. Kudos to me.
And you had to bring all that stuff downstairs, put it in the car. I mean, it's not a small amount of work.
You forget the creature comforts of having a laundry room and like working appliances, because there was 5 baskets, like full baskets that I had to put in my truck and then bring to your truck, bring into the laundromat, and then like you have to have all these stupid quarters and all that crap. So it's
so you can't do tap pay yet on those things?
It's very expensive.
Okay.
So to run a washing machine was like $8.50. But to use the app would have been $12.
Dang.
So they upcharge you an extra like essentially.
No, it wasn't $8.50 a load. You're talking about for all of them.
No.
You're telling me to run a washing machine load was almost $9?
Correct. But I was able to condense that into like 2.
Oh, so it's like a huge
5,
industrial.
It was a bigger washing machine.
Wow, that's great.
But they upcharge you if you use the app, so it would have been like an almost 50% upcharge.
We're still talking about laundry.
So well, you asked.
I know. What's our next topic? What else happened last week? We had a lot of basketball games. I was going my sister's weekend. Practice. Aaron did miss practice.
We held up. Yes. We held up. We were firm.
We did. It was funny. One of his friends asked for a ride because there's this kid that lives far away. We're in the midway point, and I told his dad, like, unfortunately, like, he's not going to practice tonight because he didn't turn in an assignment. I feel like that might be a one and done. Like, I feel like it's hey, we're actually not kidding. Text your coach, tell him you're not going to be at practice because you missed an assignment. Maybe you don't miss assignments anymore.
Well, and because my direction, which you acknowledged was the right move, before this started, I said, make sure you let your coach know, like, hey, if this happens,
that was so good. Yeah. So to start,
you were like, no, why should you do that? No, don't do that.
I thought you were trying to humiliate him, but you weren't trying to humiliate him.
Set expectations of, hey, we're serious about this, and then because the coach isn't surprised, like, why did you miss practice? Like, no, he told his coach.
It actually made it less awkward for him to do that. That he had told his coach in the beginning of the season. So glad I'm on the team. If I don't do well, I'm going to have to miss a couple of practices.
Yep.
He's also dropping 2 honors classes, which I think is going to be really good for him. Talking to some of my colleagues and counselors, like he's pushing it in a way that if he wants to be in athletics, first of all, he doesn't need to be a genius. Like he doesn't need to be in 4 honors classes. And then, so it's still academic. We're not giving you an excuse not to like push it, but like, if he's not going to be a mathematician, why sit in this class that's so hard for him? Or Spanish is really tough as well. So, because they've got kids that are in Spanish, honor Spanish, right?
Speak Spanish.
First of all, yes, who speak Spanish. But second of all, who like in grade school, like had Spanish every day of the week. Like Aaron had Spanish 1 day a week for, so he just can't hang that way. His mind doesn't work that way. So he's going to drop 2 of the classes too, which will be helpful.
Well, and I think study skills don't come natural because I remember that for math, I was telling someone yesterday. So we worked on math problems the other day. The thing about math is that it's all about like rules and knowing the rules and knowing what you can and can't do. So either that comes naturally where you remember that, or it's like, I don't remember all this because like he doesn't study or do problems. Like they talk about it in class, they have sort of notes, but then they don't look at it again until they have a quiz. So unless you remember all that stuff, so the teacher said, here's the rule, this is the rule. Like math is not easy to do. So honors math either, especially is like, this doesn't make any sense because it's all rules based. You're trying to remember, like you can't subtract that, you can't add that. Like it's a lot of rules.
It is interesting how different the teachers are. So, like in Spanish, he had a B- in a B- midway through the second quarter. And in Spanish, teacher spoke to me and she's like, if he doesn't raise that grade, he cannot stay in my class. And I was like, well, it's like a B-. He had 1 bad grade on a test, but whatever. And so he still had a B- and then dropped to a C+. When it dropped to a C+, I'm like, I'm not dealing with this stress. Sent the Spanish teacher an email that said, we'd like to drop him down to, typical Spanish, right? So in his biology class, he's struggling as well. And he has like a C, maybe it's a C now or C+. It's bordering between a C or a C+. So I went and talked to his biology teacher and I said, listen, like it's below a B-. Should he drop to? And she's like, absolutely not. He needs to stay in this class. He needs to learn how to study. He needs to stop talking. She's like, because I was like, I don't know if I told you this. I was like, should he drop? She's like, absolutely not. What he needs to do is keep his mouth shut. It's like, but she's right. Like he's a talker. Yeah, he's a talker. Like, so of course you're going to miss assignments if you talk during class. So he's staying in that one because his teacher's like, no, he can do this. And he's staying in English honors, but he's dropping
He's just
out.
Not going to Michigan. So that's fine.
Which he doesn't want to go to Michigan. And we don't want him to go to Michigan. We can't afford that. So, so he missed practice.
Grand Valley is maybe an option.
Yeah. Basketball games happened. Basketball review. We can't do it every week really long, but we had some wins. We had some losses. We lost to my least favorite school in the universe.
He won. Yeah, they won Friday. So we should talk Sisters Weekend because that leads into like basketball weekend.
So I went to Sisters Weekend. We went to Hocking Hills. I don't have a lot to say about it. It was fine. It was me and my sisters.
You did not have a good experience with your.
Well, you paid it for this hot tub. And because it's like a cabin in the woods with a hot tub, like the whole thing's the hot tub. And then we're like chilling on Friday night, and this girl knocks. We're about to get into the hot tub. This woman knocks on the door. She's from the company that runs the house.
You thought it was like strangers,
exactly. And she's like, "Yeah, there's no water in your hot tub." And then she's like, "You're gonna need to fill your hot tub." And we're like, "I'm sorry, what?"
Sir,
I am not kidding about this, honey. She's like, "Yeah."
Did we ask about a compensation?
No, we have to. She's like, "I'm gonna put the hose in, and then in about an hour, I need you to go to the side of the house." Turn off the spigot, disconnect the hose, turn off the breaker, and then, oh, by the way, you might wake up and it's going to be yellow in the morning. And if it's yellow in the morning, call us because
if
then we'll
brown, flush it down.
Like it was wild, actually, and so it was so wild. Anyway,
message. What do you want? I can message after this. What do you want to say?
That we need money back.
What do you want to say? Hey, we were asked to do all this stuff Friday night, and we had a weird hot tub thing.
Yeah. And you pay for them, so we
pay for all this.
Yeah, so we need compensation.
Show me the money.
Yeah,
compensation.
And I wasn't going to, but then when they asked us, because at first I'm like, people make mistakes, you don't need to get money back. But then when we woke up the next morning and it was yellow, and then we're like, yo, the water's yellow. But our options were to either not get in, and it's yellow because of the iron, right? So like to either not get in at all because they would have to bring out a water truck, which is what they typically do, or to get into the yellow hot tub. It was whatever.
That smells like pee.
Yeah, exactly. It smelled like, it smelled like not pee. It smells like iron though when it's so it was like, ew. So anyway, but
radioactive.
It was nice. I've been, I think, pretty transparent. My siblings and I don't always get along. So there was at least a year and a half where I was not talking to one of my siblings. I was talking to them. They were not talking to me. And they weren't talking to anyone in our family. And so it was nice to have us all together. I think it really meant a lot to my mom. I think if you would have asked her.
You invited your three sisters. So it's four sisters.
Yeah.
Total.
And then my mom.
You invited your three sisters and then your mom. Because your mom doesn't, you've been doing Sisters Weekend for good 10
Yeah, she came
years.
once and it was a catastrophe. I won't even go there actually because it could get me in trouble. We're not talking about it, but it was a catastrophe.
It's just that you guys got a little cray-cray.
Well, we got a little cray-cray, but so did she. And then when we got home, she apologized for being present with us during our craziness as though she wasn't crazy as well. It was wild.
It was tattoo parlors.
But anyways, it was too much for her. It was too much for her. But anyways, so I will say that I think like 2 years ago, if you would have asked my mom if her siblings could have been or her children could have been in the same space, she might have said maybe never again. Like I'll never have my kids in the same space. It got really dramatic there for a few minutes in my family. So she felt so like appreciative to be with all of her daughters in one space. And then it was my sister's 40th birthday. So it was nice.
She made pierogies and kielbasa.
Yep. She made pierogies and kielbasa.
Just gross.
Yeah. We moderately drank because we're old ladies and had like coffee at 9 o'clock. It's very funny. Sisters Weekend looks different than it used to look. I will say that.
It is.
And then, but I missed a lot of basketball games. You had to do a lot on Saturday. I mean, don't talk. Yeah, go.
Let me talk, gaslighter.
This is also boring.
No,
go ahead. Yeah, because you're going to do. I'm going to time this. This is going to be like 15 minutes of him talking about a Saturday.
Bro, talk about Pizza Bali again for like a half hour.
That at least is content, not you driving kids.
Our life is content. That's the whole point of this, gaslighter.
Go.
I love that when I'm on you're on record gaslighting me. It is amazing.
Okay, tell them about your Saturday.
Yeah. So anyway, Friday you left in the afternoon, so I had to get to Malia's. We had to drop off. Your oldest had a basketball game at 4:00. So Malia had a practice at 4:00, and then your oldest had a game at 4:00. So after Malia's practice, went over to his game, and they won. I got to see him some buckets. He might have been good about videos, like taking videos.
You've been awesome sending
because you've been an absentee parent lately. Yeah. So I'm the one that has to record all the memories. So I've been taking lots of videos.
Well, and he had 9 buckets, and I was really proud of him. He was like the second scorer at that game, I think.
Yeah.
So I was proud of him.
Because to be honest, I'm going to miss a lot of his games. They're all like 4:00 during the week. And like,
Timbuktu.
Yeah. And like Grosse Pointe or like Grand Rapids. So I can't make a lot of the games. So I was able to go to the back half of his game after practice. And then Saturday we had 3 games. So I had to drop John Paul off at St. Fabian for a basketball game. And then after that, I had to go to CC to drop off thing 1 at his game. And then go directly back to St. Fabian's to watch John Paul's game. And then Malia had a game after that. So after St. Fabian, driving to St. Edith to go to John Paul to Malia's game and coaching that game, which was a nail biter, 4-3. And then after Malia's game, driving all the way up to CC to pick him up, to pick thing one up from his game. So there was 5 or 6 different trips in the course of like
believe you logistically made that work.
Hours.
I can't believe
getting them all to their games.
Yeah.
So Saturday was a lot of moving and shaking. Just to at first the logistics, how do I get them all there?
Yeah.
The first we were like, do we get rides and Ubers?
I kept wanting to talk to you about. You're like, I'll handle it, because I'm like, I looked at Saturday's schedule and I'm like, without me, I don't know how you're gonna make this work. And you refused to talk about it. You're like, we'll get there. We'll handle it when it's there. And honestly, you made it work, which is pretty.
Well, luckily the times they were close enough where it's like I told our oldest, like, you're just gonna get, because he got there like 11:15, 11:30. They were supposed to be there. I was like, and we said that even with football, there's times when they're just going to be there early or late. Like, you're just going to hang out 15 and 30 minutes. You got to get used to just being the only kid there hanging out. So, they got, I mean, both of the boys lost. Malia's team won 4-3, pretty close game. But so a lot of moving and shaking on Saturday.
It was painful for me to watch. I streamed the CC game. If there's a Catholic school that I struggle with, it would be CC.
I missed that game completely. I didn't see it at all.
And whatever, they're fine. But as I said, like from a rivalry perspective, I really don't like CC. And so to watch CC then crush them. And Aaron's had 2 bad games in a row. It's so funny. He had 2 really good games where I was like, dang, like he actually can hang. And the last 2 games, I mean, he's like fallen on the court. Like he fell again yesterday. Like literally just wipes out.
With brand new shoes.
Yeah. And he got a bucket yesterday. He got nothing at the CC game. So, but you got to earn your play time. So I hate when he has a bad game. Like when he has a bad game, I'm like, oh.
Well, and it's the good thing is that in high school, it's competition. Like you remember, there was 40. It's gonna be tough next year because remember this was the freshman team.
There was
40 kids went for 15 spots, but next year is JV. So you're 10th and 11th, you have 10th and 11th graders all going for a limited amount of spots. So it's going to be even harder.
Without getting into it, though, I am surprised there is a little bit more politicking in who you know in terms of playtime than I thought there would be. I can talk to you about it off air, but I've been a little surprised about some things and I'm not even talking about the basketball program, but it is a little bit in terms of your relationships. So I've talked to Aaron too, like about his relationships, and it's just a fascinating thing.
But it's a thing that's also life though. It's if you're totally a butthead, no one wants to work with you, no one wants to play with you, or no one's going to go out of their way for you if you're just like the kid who's annoying.
Yeah, or somebody might get put on the team that doesn't have the right skill set because they're so good in potential. It's just interesting. It's a very interesting thing. But you learn
that the hard way of like once you become that person and no one wants to be around, you're like, hey, maybe I should actually be nice and smile or not.
I know. Yes. Oh my gosh, isn't it interesting? It's so interesting.
It's like welcome to the real world. That's how people
work. They
said
to me condescendingly. Great.
So that was the weekend.
Do you want to do it now? Your little rant.
The snow day.
Yeah.
Can you talk about the events leading up to the snow day? What is because earlier on this week, this was supposed to have been like a 38-degree day with some light snow.
Yeah.
But you got a snow guy that said
snow guy, and it's so funny because now I got people that know that I got a snow guy. So like even yesterday after the basketball game, these students were like, Miss Wilkson, what's your snow guy saying? Right.
Because that's how you referred him. You referred him as your snow guy.
My snow guy. So, and I got a text thread with some colleagues with my snow guy. Like my snow guy knows his ish. He does whine too much. Like I've told you, he posts some baby stuff, but like he knows his stuff. So
he complains a lot.
Yesterday morning, he started to say we were supposed to get a dusting. And then yesterday morning, he started to say that the snow is shifting south. And so at about 10 o'clock, he sent this message. It was like, yo, like there's going to be snow lovers. It's going to be wonderful. And so at 2 o'clock, he said, I think a lot of schools are going to be off. Like, so he has a Patreon. So he's like, I think a lot of schools are going to be off. That's when I called you and said, bro, I think we're going to have a snow day. And you're like, there's no way we are having a snow day tomorrow.
Like to me, the cold temperatures, like when they're like, hey, it's going to be like 0 degrees, I can see that because it's cold outside and kids are walking to school. But when it's going to be like almost 40 degrees outside and you're just like, it's going to snow. Okay. Like what's the safety issue?
Listen,
like,
I understand what you're saying.
What is the safety issue?
Listen,
because everyone else has to go to work. So only students and teachers and administrators don't have to go to school.
Right.
If there's a child safety thing, I get that. When it's very cold outside, I get that. But
let me say two things.
Walk me through the child safety.
I'm actually going to say something that's really sad.
You're going to agree with me finally.
Really sad.
for the
No,
first time
I
in your
agree with
life.
you. First of all, I love the fact that I get snow days. I'm never going to argue against them. Yesterday, I was watching it. Again, the cities that we're in called school off. So I'm going to give you an example. This happened in my sister's district, which I will not name. They had flash flooding. She lives in like a mountainous area, not mountainous, but hilly. They had flash flooding and people were like, you should call off school. They did not call off school. Like a kindergartner got swept up into the sewer system and ended up dying. So, and now freaking accident. Like that, there's nothing, I mean, no way would you ever anticipate this is going to happen. But the county got slammed for not calling off school during flash flooding. So what I'm saying to you, and this is what I said to you, and actually you have to say logically, I'm not wrong here. If Dearborn, where our city is located, and Crestwood, which is the next district over, call off school, Divine Child decides to have school, someone's driving from Canton, gets in an accident, God forbid, hurts himself in some significant way. Can you imagine Divine Child trying to justify that they didn't call off school when their surrounding areas did? You have no choice.
No, I'm not talking about Divine Child. I'm talking about everyone's wrong. I'm saying Dearborn and Crestwood are wrong.
Yes.
Like, I'm saying that
I
everyone is wrong
we have
about
weenified,
this.
yes.
Because I will go. I think I've said this before. So I went to Detroit public schools in the 90s, and at that point, I think we didn't have buses anymore. So now also these kids all have buses now. So most of these kids don't even walk to school. They get dropped off or they get bused to school. So I went to school in the 90s. We never had school off. I remember one time, it was 97 or 98. We had this weird blizzard of like 97 or 98. And every morning we used to look at the TV for an hour to see if we got off school. You will see every school district, Detroit public schools never got school off. We got off school one time, and like 97 was a blizzard.
Yeah.
And like, so that's why and that was like that was actual blizzard. So now I just don't understand with like it's not even snowing outside.
I know.
So let's just say right now, it is 7:20. We're recording this podcast. Yeah. We should be getting ready to send our kids to school. Yeah. And there is not a lick of snow outside. Yeah,
I'm not.
And I can see the ground.
I understand what you're saying, my friend in Christ. You understand. I get what you're saying.
Or I'm saying call it in the morning. Like call it at 6 o'clock in the morning.
No, I love that they're called at night.
Call it at 6 o'clock in the morning when you're like, hey guys, there's no snow outside.
Well, I'll tell you. No, but honestly, the roads have to be bad. Because let me tell you something.
They got salt trucks.
Listen.
That's a dumb article. That's a dumb argument.
No, bad, not bad like when we were kids. But I will tell you, Livonia did not call off last night, which I thought was crazy. Livonia is a city that borders kind of all these cities. So last night at 3 o'clock in the morning, I woke up and everybody was so angry that Livonia had not called. They called this morning too. So like clearly there was enough of a reason in 2025, which I agree the standards are so small at this point, but I'm not going to be mad at that.
Of course.
I mean, I'm not going to be like, please. It's literally the best thing in the universe. Like yesterday, it was the best thing in the universe when they called this snow day. My son has these like 2 tests to study for. So we're getting home again. My snowman has said like chances are good for a snow day. It's like 8 o'clock at night and he's trying to decide whether or not to study. And I'm like, bro, you got to study because this could not. And he's like, Mom, I don't know. And then like more districts are calling off. He's like, Mom, I don't think I'm going to study. And I'm like, if you don't study, I'm waking you up at 4 o'clock in the morning to study. Like you don't have an option to not study. And so he's like waiting to see, do I lock in academically at like 9 o'clock? And then they called it and it was joy filled. And we played our song. We have the same song that we've played for our kids since they were little. It's called Snow Day by Stephen Scherer. And we celebrated. And now they're all sleeping. It's the best life ever. It's the best life ever. And you have this thing this morning.
And here's the part two. Here's the part two. The part two of that is, I bet with $1 million, they will still have practice tonight. They will have basketball practice.
100%.
So it's like your kids can't go to school, but they can show up.
Well, it's different at 4 o'clock versus in the morning when the roads are bad.
On. The roads are not bad. I'm sorry. We have 1 million salt trucks. Every time I drive around, I see salt trucks dumping tons of pounds of 1,000 pounds of salt on the ground.
Are you going to go to his game? It's at 4 o'clock in Stevenson. It's not far.
So. No, I think I have to work.
Okay, so the other. Oh, I was going to say something. Oh, so this morning, say, then
to all our listeners who are teachers, enjoy your day off.
We will.
But I judge. Not you, but I judge the people making decisions.
I think you judge the culture
Correct.
The culture that kids like can't do anything. I'm with you there. I understand all that, but I'm not going to argue it. And like I said, for our school, I can't, because one of my friends is an administrator and he said, like, it doesn't matter if Dearborn calls. That doesn't necessarily mean that we will when Dearborn called. Like, I can't imagine a world where you keep your school open in the city that's closed. Like, liability-wise, they will never do
It's called
that.
have a backbone. That's what it's called.
No, liability-wise, they will never do that. And our pastor is so sweet and so concerned about, like, the least of these, he would never have us go to school.
And keep in mind that they had off last Monday because of the state title. We didn't talk about the parade.
I know,
parade.
It's like
they had off last Monday, and then Friday they have a half day, and next Friday they also have a half day, and then school's out.
I know. It's so exciting. I have half days all next week because the finals.
Finals are next week.
So today you're going to the Catholic Foundation, which is you're on their board. You're going to their, it's like their grant giving. Yeah, so they give grants out to people.
We give out. Yeah, people apply to grants different. Like Divine Child's gotten a grant for their ISP program.
Right.
We grant. So part of it is people give money, they invest money, and then through some of that, we grant to many different, like a lot of schools hold a lot of different schools and organizations in the archdiocese get grants.
Yeah, it's like a beautiful
grant
thing.
Celebration.
So you're going this morning.
You decided you don't want to go.
I was just going to say,
not only do you have the day off, because before you're like, I'm not going to have to work. But not only do you not have to work, you're just like, you know what, I'm just going to chill.
Here's the thing: it's one of those environments, and I love everybody that I would see there, but that I know a lot of people
because you're popular.
So no, it's you're ministry. I've worked in the archdiocese for 25 years. Enough.
Say it.
So
you're a celebrity.
The challenge would be that if I went right now, if I got ready in the next half hour to go with you, you have to get dressed up, and then I'm going to have to like talk to people for like 2 hours, like person to person. I'm like, I'm not up for that this morning. I hadn't mentally prepared.
It's hard. If we had known, I would have hired the security detail.
And then I've had all these Advent teas, so I'm peopled out. I am Mary Laney peopled out at this point. I don't need to see people for a couple weeks. I love Advent teas, but they're very stimulating. So
we're just talking about something else.
Yeah, no, you were about to talk about something else.
No, you had just
the parade.
Something. The parade on Monday.
There was a parade. The city of Dearborn threw a parade. That is an important distinction. This was not Divine Child, like throwing another parade for the football team. The city of Dearborn threw a parade, and it was so funny. I think I can say this without.
Eric Haley was there. I didn't see.
Everybody was there. Rashida Toledo. She does not like Catholics, and she's like strolling down the street.
She
might like Catholics a lot. Yeah, I know. She might like Catholics a lot. I'm just kidding. She definitely is. She is very progressive in her politics. Like she is not.
I was watching the video. Yeah. So like people were just like in cars with the windows down, but they put a sign on the side of the car that said who it was.
No, they weren't. They were walking. No, you're wrong.
The cars I saw the Dearborn City Council, Eric Haley.
Yeah. Oh yeah, those people. But like Rashida, is it Rashida?
Yeah.
Rashida was walking in front of her car, but then her car had the sticker. And like, so there was a little bit of both. But what's so funny, I love this so much. So my people that live outside of Dearborn, maybe let's say outside the state of Michigan, are actually convinced that Dearborn is under Sharia law if they're conservative, because like the Daily Wire and stuff, they literally post things where they're like, look at this. And they'll like take like a mosque, like with a loudspeaker and be like, this is all through the whole city.
We'll talk about that because the guy came in Dearborn and like,
right. Like, yeah. So it was so funny because our pastor Father Bob has a really good relationship with the mayor.
He's come out to different like
and actually he did
big fundraiser for the school.
He did such a good job with his speech in his respect, and I'm going to go back to that in a second. But and again, I don't know Dearborn politics, so if you hate him, I just don't know enough about him. But what I've seen, I've liked. But he's on this like float or this truck with Father Bob, and I took a picture and I sent it to all of my siblings, and I'm like, maybe not Sharia law, maybe not
question mark.
But I was going to say, I was talking to a couple of people, and people were like, well, he's got to do that because, the Catholic contingency, he's got to make sure to keep that Catholic contingency. And I'm like, no, actually, Dearborn doesn't need the Catholic contingency. He could win absolutely without the Catholic vote at this point. Dearborn it is really.
Well, cities celebrate sports. Like, think about it. When you drive into any city, you see the welcome to city. They talk about like state titles for high school teams, like welcome to Westland, home of the 2023 state title.
It was really cool how he embraced
their teams.
It was really cool how he embraced it. I just thought that was really
the big head core was there. I saw
the what?
From the
parade company. Yeah.
Parade company.
Gina told a funny story about that. Like when she was trying to they gave her a couple like people that had nothing to do with football and had nothing to do with anything. She's like, that's weird. No. And then
Detroit Pistons.
Yeah. Hooper. I called him Hopper and everybody made fun of me. I was like, guys, look, there's Hopper. And John Breyer, my friend, was like, I'm pretty sure that's Hooper.
Hopper's a grasshopper.
So, yeah.
Hooper was there. So, yeah, there was some.
It was beautiful. It was actually beautiful.
Good celebration of the community. And they had a whole.
I feel like now we have reached the end of the celebration, though. I'm not saying it. It's like even the parade, I don't think they did.
What's next?
Here's the thing. I don't think they did a super good job communicating to students that the parade was the city of Dearborn pushed. So even our students were kind of like, what? Like, because we've done like a lot of celebrating. And so it was an awesome day. I'm not criticizing it, but now I think it's time to be like, we have celebrated the team. Like they've been celebrated and it's exciting. Yeah. I'm not taking away from the team, but like you know.
Barry Sanders is coming. He was supposed to come today, but you know.
Barry Sanders. Oh yeah. Aiden Hutchinson. I should have. I finally said his name. Alumni extraordinaire Aiden Hutchinson surprised our football players.
Yeah, it was on. He posted it. It was on the local news. They had talked about it, but yeah, he came by. It was funny because I get all the football texts. So it said, like, tomorrow, 7th hour, all the players need to come for a special meeting. Yeah. And I think that was a Friday before.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't see that. Yeah.
So when I saw that, I was like, that's kind of weird. I don't even know what that means. And then, like, we saw, like, the big post about him being there. So, yeah, so he came in, talked to the players, got some pictures. He signed his jersey. So I saw that. Yeah. When I was there yesterday for the Christmas concert, like, he signed his jersey and had a bunch of pictures.
It made a lot of people really happy. Because
that was always the question is, like, you know, just... is he going to make an appearance? So he did. He made an appearance.
Yes. I was never a question in my mind. I knew he was going to. Alumni extraordinaire. He's not the $1 million alumni we're talking about. This is two different people. So,
there's another way to celebrate. So
it was great. Yeah. So it was very uplifting and I'm really proud of our team. So it's good. Anything else? Upcoming week? We're near finals.
No, Christmas concert was yesterday. Joey had, I think, is our final Christmas concert because
the girls
Joey's in 8th grade. No other kids do band. So
praise the Lord, love band.
It was relatively quick though.
And Joey looked great. It was exciting. And then
the Christmas pageant is
tomorrow.
On Thursday.
I cannot go because I have an event.
That's the one where they fill the entire, like, almost the entire elementary school into the auditorium, and it's just kind of pandemonium.
Chaos.
Because you have like. Yeah. So the band concert is only band, but the pageant is like it's kindergarten through 3rd grade. So and it's all parents, grandparents. So it's kind of like get there early or else so sweet, but you'll be standing outside.
Right. So I will not be at that one. And then weekend, we have very little planned, which is good. Our basement should be done by Friday. Games. So the boys will move downstairs. We'll show some videos, footage of our basement. Looks really good.
We'll put it on the Instagram page.
And then finals. I have to decide if I'm going to do Christmas cards. If I'm going to do Christmas cards, I got to do them like now. I got to make that decision.
Oh, I may be too late.
I know, but I didn't send them out last year either. So
life, man.
We'll see. We'll see. I know. And then Christmas break, which, bro,
it's coming up.
It's going to be so good. We have no plans.
Well, we have
we try to make plans with Chris Gowell, and I'm like, I love Chris Gowell.
Let's talk about that again.
I don't want to do anything during Christmas break.
Gaslight, stop it. Okay. No, they have a basketball tournament, so we found out that Malia has.
And who cares? We're not doing anything. Aaron's like the cranky dad that's like, why do we have to do Christmas basketball tournaments? And I've been like that in the past.
Because think about the Christmas we're lucky because that one's right down the street.
Yeah, it's true.
The past couple of years,
I know I've had to drive to St. John
churches I've never heard of, like St. John Paul II classical school. Like, where the heck is that?
Marie,
Lincoln Park, or that church in Detroit. You're like, and it's like
Holy Trinity is fine. No, there was one really far. What was it called? Montefalco, St. Clair Montefalco last year.
And it's like multiple games. You have to be
you're
there
coming back and forth
during Christmas break. You're like, bro, it's supposed to be Christmas break. Yeah, why are we? And then when we do practice, and we're like, no. I think I said that one year.
Did.
I was like, no, we're not doing practice. Like, we'll go to the game, but we're not doing.
Well, and I think we should stay firm on that too. Obviously, not with little Aaron; he's in high school. But with our little kids, they're not going to do practices during Christmas break. That's crazy. So, yeah.
But yeah, so. All the things. So happy snow day for everyone.
Happy snow day for those of us that celebrate. It's going to be great. It's going to be a great day. It's going to be a great day. I'm still in my pajamas with coffee next to me.
Yeah, I made it. Good luck.
Thanks. Bye.